Evening, Carol, Andy.
Good evening, everybody.
Karen, hello. Hope you're well. I'm trying to scroll back up screen to see who was on before. We're just waiting for Nanny Lyn to join us. We've sent a link over, so hopefully she's not having no trouble getting on to us tonight. So how's everybody's night? How's everybody been? Oops. I did it again. Evening, Robin. Robin, hope you're well, my lovely. Nikki, hello. Thank you for joining us tonight. We are just waiting for Nanny Lyn to join us. Evening, Antoinette. Hope you're well.
Craig, Vanessa.
Evening, Craig,
Nikki.
Vanessa. Please share, everyone. Yes, please, if you don't mind. That's one thing we always forget to say when we're live. Is evening, Kelly. Please. I don't like asking people to share. You might not want to. Well, if they don't, they don't. Good spent day. Evening, Rebecca, Simon, Rachel. Good spent day with family, which was lovely. It was. I bet it was, Karen. I wish I could say we've spent the day with the family, but not at the moment. But she has had the baby, so I'm quite happy.
Lonely friends.
Lonely friends. Evening, Sissy, all goods in Sweden. That's brilliant, my lovely. So excited, and I just can't hide it. I know. I'm just gonna I'm just watching my phone down here because I'm just making sure Nanny Lyn's not having no issues coming on. Evening, John. Are you all right, my lovely? Are you working? Evening, Joley. So the daughter has had the baby at 36 weeks and 6 days. Evening, Jamie. He weighs in at chunk at £8 9 ounce. And he's a proper chunk. But they're both doing well. Mum and baby's doing well, so all is good. I know, Jolie. I'll be having a glass of wine to celebrate. Not yet, though. I'll wait while Jordan, in about 12 weeks, when Jordan can have a drink and I can wet the baby's head with her. Not working. No. Oh, that's not good to have a night off. I know. I think one night next week, I don't know whether we're coming up past your way, or is it? I don't know whether Friday or Rebecca on way back. Might get in touch with you, Johnny, for that Friday, because it might be a late finish for us, so we could meet at that cafe. Thank you, Vanessa, Rachel, Louise. Hello, my lovely. How are you? Is Nanny Lyn on? Evening, Stephen. You don't ask because you have respect. We shut now. You do, but it's nice to have a little poke every now and again. Hi for the little one. Oh, bless Antoinette. Thank you. Hi from the little one. I thought you meaning hi to little one, Antoinette. But yeah, so we have got some an interesting thing coming up on Thursday. So just before Nanny Lyn jumps on, we have got an interesting location coming up on Thursday.
Yes.
It is going to be indoors. Evening, Shazia. It is going to be an indoor location.
I thought you said hello. She's here. I thought I was looking. I thought she didn't hear.
Thank you, my lovely. But yeah, just keep an eye out for Nanny Lyn messaging. So Thursday, what we're going to be doing is 7:30 till about 8:30. We're going to be going live in the members area, so you get the first
look round the place,
look round to where we're going to be investigating, and then at 9 o'clock, thanks Mick, and then at 9 o'clock we will be live on YouTube, and it's a great place to investigate. It actually sort of follows on from Saturdays, but yeah, it's not in a, but we're not in a wood. You did, Stephen, thank you. Let me message Nanny Lyn and just see if she's okay. Bear with me 2 minutes.
So yeah, we are there. She's in chat.
Is Nanny Lyn in chat? Hello, Nanny Lyn. Are you okay? Can you get on that link? Okay. I'm in trouble getting in. I'm gonna make. Can you just click link from your phone, Nanny Lyn?
Apparently, Stephen's poked you.
Or you've poked me. Or if you're on computer, Nanny Lyn, if you just go to Messenger and click link, it should bring you straight on.
So yeah, Thursday we've got that. I think I'm out on my own tomorrow night. I don't know where.
Yeah, because Thursday there's stairs.
There's a lot of stairs in this place, so Lindsay's going to rest up tomorrow. So I'm going to be out tomorrow night.
Yeah.
And it will be on Facebook tomorrow night.
Yes, we are live on Facebook tomorrow night. So please do not swear.
And then Thursday night, like I said, we're in this indoor location.
I believe we are going to go live for the first time in forever this week. Oh, that's great news there, Amy. You have to drop us link and let us know. Well, it's normally about 6 o'clock in the morning our time into Ames that you go live. We might just be going to bed when she goes live. It just depends, doesn't it? I will swear all night and all day. What's all night and all day, Rebecca? If you're having any issues, Nanny Lyn, if you message me, I've got me.
I might be in a very special location in September in somewhere called Pontefract. I know Pontefract very well.
Well, everybody knows where special places in Pontefract, Jamie. You get away mentioning name. Morning, Steve. Hope you're well. Congrats, Nanny and Papa. Thank you very much. Evening, James. Yeah, all is good. Panic's over now.
So this location Thursday does relate slightly to last Saturday's.
It does.
It's not the same place. We're not going back.
Evening, Helen.
To that place, but you'll see.
Yeah, but it's gonna be good. But the baby is adorable. He is. I've shared on my personal one, but I haven't got Jordan's permission to share all
I think
everywhere. Just share. Evening, Brad.
Gathering.
Hello.
I think newborn babies all look like Yoda.
They don't.
They do all look like
Yoda.
I'm telling you.
They don't look like Yoda. They're beautiful. Hope you're well, the gathering. Hope all's okay. Are you in Australia? Are you Merrill in Australia? Or which one are you and where are you in the gathering? Thank you, Antoinette, my lovely. So sorry we didn't go live last night.
South Yorkshire.
South. In the south.
South Yorkshire.
But yeah, so we're so sorry. We couldn't come live last night, but I'd been at daughter's all day from 7 o'clock. We got home and it was about 5:30, and John says, we'll just have an hour. And thank you, Ellen.
Well, I'm going to have an hour. So I'm just going to lay down on settee and just chill for a bit. Yeah, at 5:30.
And it were about quarter to 9.
9:15.
I thought about 9:15.
Well, we'll say about 9 o'clock. We'll go for around 9 o'clock. Hey, Trish.
Evening, Trish. Granny and Granddad's. But I prefer Nanny and Pops. I'm a glamour.
About 9 o'clock we woke up.
We did. So
we
at that
no
point,
tea, no nothing.
We are everywhere. Merrill's Australia. I am in the US, Florida. Wow. I know you're all like spaced out in different countries. So yes. Thank you, Bill. West Yorkshire on Thursday. No,
we're in.
we can get counter.
We're in Nottinghamshire.
We're going to be in Nottinghamshire. Yes. Which is going to be an interesting location. We're still waiting on Trish.
That was Friday night. We're in West Yorkshire.
We're still waiting on Trish to give us the heads up for in August.
And next Friday, I think we're in West Yorkshire.
This Friday coming or the Friday after?
I don't know. Whenever you said we'll meet.
We're meeting Rebecca this Friday.
Oh, and this Friday.
Yeah. You guys need to come to Somerset. I know, Ellen. We need to wait while all holiday places are opening up so we can get booked in with the doggy because we can't really leave her at home. So our baby's 4 months old and still can't decide what I should be called because do not like Nanny or Grandma. See, you can be called Glamour. There is a Glamour that you can put in there. I prefer Nana. And my granddad, we called him Pops. So John's a Pops. Still waiting for you to come together.
So are we.
Amy, that would be in my dreams, Doug. I would love to, but it's the flying. Evening, Claire, my lovely. Hope you're okay. Hey, I'm feeling a bit better now, my lovely. I know you weren't very well the other day. Evening, Irene from Japan. Much love to everybody across the waters. So we have got some. And then I've got another location that I've got to phone tomorrow to try and get booked in. August has been postponed to September Thought, I've been that wickling that much, Trish. I've just been like not checking anything, but that's fine, my lovely. I know we've had to move ours because we've got one due on 5th of September, and we don't know if that one can go ahead yet. That one might have to be changed till late because they don't know what they're doing themselves.
Yeah, only one we've got in September at minute is on 5th. We've already got organised.
Has Nanny Lyn messaged?
I don't know. The phone's gone off.
Go on, keep talking a sec.
So,
tell them about upcoming locations.
I don't know about them because I didn't even know you got another one you were talking about.
Yeah, got another location coming up. That's going to be another interesting one.
I only know about free ones.
You don't know about paid ones. I just book them. I said glamour, but my daughter said I'm too crazy for that.
About Nanny Spice. Nanny Spice.
Nanny Spice. I'll just put the link. Okay. Bless her.
Ancient ramming, that's one we want to be looking at doing.
We do. And apparently ancient ramming now, prices have dropped at ramming. Not sure what prices are, so I'm not sure how booked up that's going to be.
Contact them
and I because we've never done ramming, I don't know how it works, because I'm sure when we were talking to somebody, you can't actually investigate in there till about 10:30, 11 o'clock. And then you're like locked in building. So I'm not sure on that one. That's what they estimate September, not quite sure. Oh, it's exactly. I think at minute, I think we just all. I think it's because it's a big group. I think if you're only going in small teams, I think then they would open. But I think because there's quite a large group, it's still.
Bless you, Claire.
Oh, Claire, sending you loads of love, my lovely. And when you're up for it, you have to message me for a coffee. Come to our haunted. Do you know, Irene? If I could get on a plane, I would get on a plane tomorrow and travel. But I've got a fear of flying, and then I've got a fear of boats because I'm scared at sea. So I'm like in a catch-22. I haven't flown since Jordan was about 8-9 year old. She's now 27. So. Yes, but I would love to come round. I mean, hopefully, Steve, who's one of our moderators, Steve lives in...
The round we have from 8 p.m. to 4 a.m.-ish.
Oh, right, Trish. I'll have a look I'll ring them then and see what's happening. But yeah, Steve, our moderator, he's from New Zealand, and hopefully soon, because things are getting a little bit back to normal, I think, in New Zealand, aren't they, Steve? Kids are going back to school now, and... everything's working. So Steve's going to be taking us around some locations in daytime in New Zealand. So they'll be coming on to his Facebook page and YouTube, depending which one Steve, he might flip between them both, who knows. But yeah, evening, Sam. Hope you're well, my lovely. Take a boat and wear a life vest.
I don't. Ellen,
I know.
Offhand. I don't know any teams in Somerset. If anybody is around that area and does know of any teams, just put them in chat for us. Please.
Yeah. Yeah. Is that where you're from, Ellen?
John can guide you
on. Whereabouts? It's not that. Do you know? I think I'd be all right to go to France, because that's only like on ferry across to France, and then we could drive from France.
If anybody's ever
I've done ferry to France.
Listen, if anybody's ever been on a place called Norfolk Broads, right? There's a place on Norfolk Broads called Braden Water. Now, two parts to Norfolk Broads. There's a Northern Broads and the Southern Broads, and you have to go across this place called Braden Water to get from one to other. Now, Braden Water is quite an open space. It's very tidal. It's quite choppy. Can be quite rough.
Listen, our little boat, you couldn't see it.
Right. You come down River Burt to Yarmouth, and if you turn left, you go out to sea. If you turn right, you go Braden Water. Well, I've never seen anybody panic so much going over it. Every time we went, so she ain't going to get on a boat and go to sea.
Oh, thank you, Claire, my lovely. He is gorgeous, and that head of hair, I know. We're up. Well, she's
Needs
hoping it goes.
cutting.
She's hoping it goes a ginge because Fletcher's a ginge, so she loves the gingers.
He's gorgeous and his head of hair. I thought it was about me.
Or John could always go on his own. You could always book a flight on your own. Sam, your uncle lives in New Zealand, the South Island. Oh wow! I'm not sure which side Steve's on. Oh, Steve's there, not in the. He's in North. To be honest, I think Somerset. Where's that one gone?
New places we do have team.
Oh, that's good. Am I on your page? Keep a lookout for me if anyone is in Somerset and wants to give me a shout. No worries, Ellen, my love. Like, pop a post onto group page and onto main page as well. Onto group page.
We do not have teams.
We do.
Are you going to live sex?
Do not. I think you're on wrong channel, Duck. Nazia. I think you're on wrong channel, matey moo. Oh dear. Evening, Derek.
Dear me.
Hi,
Derek.
This team's, I think, round like Cornwall, Devon, Somerset, and places like that. But I don't know distance between them all, so I wouldn't be quite sure. I wouldn't be sure on that. But yeah. So John's low investigating. Nanny Lyn, when she comes on, bless her. No, she can't get it. Can you retype me link? Because I might not have put right one in. I have done, but I just want John to recheck it. Nanny Lyn, when she comes on, is actually, she's got a couple of books that she's promoting also, because she's the ghost lady of Gloucestershire. I think I've said that right, Nanny Lyn. And also she's going to tell us a bit about how she got into the paranormal, because Nanny Lyn's done so many things over a range of so many years. It's just, I'd love to have all Nanny Lyn's knowledge. That's what I'd like to have. I'd like to suck up all that Nanny Lyn's knowledge. And I'd love to actually go on some ghost tours with her, on like a ghost walk, if we could ever get down to Gloucestershire. Let Nanny Lyn take us out on a ghost walk, because I think that would be interesting too. Have you got it? John's resending it, you Nanny Lyn. We're wrong page. It were just a little bit, weren't it? I think everybody had leaked pages if like that started happening. Yeah, Karen, I thought you were in Gloucester. Evening, Cara, hope you're well, my lovely. Need to form one, I think. Do you know, Ellen, that might not be a bad idea, you know. There'll be loads of places around you that you can investigate. It'd be interesting to see what you find. I would join you if you ever do an investigation here in Gloucester. Yeah, definitely, Karen. That's fantastic. You're more than welcome. Like I said, anytime. I could take you to Tombstone.
I think you've sent it wrong.
You think I've sent it wrong?
Because it's HTTP StreamYard, not StreamYards.
Oh, Nanny Lyn, it's my fault. You can send them in future.
Just click that link I've just sent you, Nanny Lyn. You'll be right.
That's me. I don't know. It's not you, Nanny Lyn. It's me. Evening, Simon. Not feeling anyone just coming in. Hello, good vibes. Was that on YouTube? Which one was on you? Which one, Rach? It's me.
Shouldn't about the comment.
And thank you, Lindsay. I don't know. I hope you and John are okay, and big congratulations. Oh, thank you.
Shouldn't about the comment. It was on Facebook, but I deleted it, so it's okay.
What? Oh, the yeah. No, don't worry. She's here. We found her.
Do you know? Shouldn't about the comment. It was on Facebook, but I deleted it.
I'm here. No, don't worry. She's here. Hello. We need our red food.
Oh,
guys. Don't worry. We need our red food.
Can you hear me all right?
We'll do it in a minute. Can hear you now. Fine. Can hear you now.
Right. Excellent. I had two going then, and it was echoing. I thought, Well, when I spoke to Tim, I went straight in. So I don't know what the hell I was doing.
I think it's just. Yeah, I think it's just. With headphones that we got echoing. We don't normally get echoing, do we? I can't hear properly. You're going to have to talk a minute while I sort this headphone out.
Yeah, I'll sort them out.
We're plugging to
Is that better? I got.
Can you hear me, Nanny Lyn?
Can you? Oh, 1 minute. Private chat comments. Yes. Yeah. I had private chat up. I couldn't see any comments. So, hello, everyone. Better late than bloody never.
I know. Me send it wrong link.
I was clicking away, and I thought, oh my God, what am I doing wrong? What do you mean?
No, we're into this time.
All down to me.
Never mind. Never mind. We're here now.
We are.
So,
we are.
How are you?
How
are you both? You all right?
We're good,
yeah, we're good, thank you.
Good.
It's been one of them days where I think I've bit all my nails off. With
dear.
stress, but
oh God, I was going to say, you hungry?
I were more anxious, but yeah, it's been a good day. So, how's you been?
Not too bad, up and down, but you know, trying to keep busy. Yeah. Got a couple of events coming up, so I'm hoping they can stay, you know, without being cancelled or anything. Because I don't know where I'd be if everything's started up again.
I know that. I really don't. Yeah. I don't think it's going to, because I mean, we've got some.
Well, I was reading earlier that apparently this rate of infections dropped again in Suffolk. So it's starting to drop again. So hopefully.
Yeah. I think the best thing to do is not to keep looking on Facebook, because you keep hearing these conflicting information and misinformation. It's driving you up the wall.
It does. I mean, one minute they're saying, yeah. I mean, one of our daughter's other half's mom, she's actually a nurse in Doncaster Hospital, and she says they've only got 2 patients in there now.
Oh, right. Okay, that's good then.
So
I'm looking well, am I? All right.
Yeah.
Somebody, Karen. Oh, Angel's loving light, bless her. Said I look well. Thank you. I've washed my hair.
Well, Karen lives down your way. Karen's actually in Gloucestershire.
Oh, of course she is. Yeah, of course she is.
Does he hear that stuff?
Oh, what did he say? It doesn't matter then. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Puts him at the wrong channel.
Oh, right. Oh dear.
A bit saucy.
What's it?
Yeah. So how did you get into, was it paranormal you got into first? Was it your mediumship?
No, I think it was a mixture of things, to be honest. I mean, it went right back to childhood. I can't remember how old I was. I must have been before 8 years old. And we lived in Gloucester. Well, we've lived in Gloucester all our lives. And I used to tinker on a old piano that we had. And it was all, I wished I could have learnt the piano, but I couldn't. So I just plink, plonk, plonk, plink, plonk, you know, all this. And but it was all like sad songs, like from the church music type stuff. And tears would roll down my cheeks. And my mum used to come in and say, "Well, you shut that row up, Linda." Linda, mine, not Lynn. Linda. So I had to pack it in, but I don't know where it come from. It made me very emotional. And then later on, I was drawing, this is probably sounding weird, I was drawing churches, crosses, graves, stick people. And I couldn't understand that either. Why take that as a young child? So I don't really know, but it must have been the start of something. Because then when I was 11 years old, I went to secondary modern, as it was called then, and I was enjoying it. And when we came home from school, we used to mess about outside, play marbles and hopscotch and all that stuff. And this particular, sorry?
I said I love them games.
Oh, yeah. This particular night, night, I was picking up dog ends and taking them home and making them up into cigarettes, which I can't even stand really now. But my dad found out. And my dad, I loved my dad to bits, absolutely doted on him, followed him everywhere. And he found out and he gave me a good wallop. In those days, a wallop wasn't, it was okay. It was discipline. He was very fair, but he was also strict as well. Anyway, I was sent to bed. And I hate to say this, but it is the truth. And I never ever want to say this again or hear anybody else say it, but I wished my dad was dead.
Yeah.
He heard me and came up and gave me another good idea. The next day, he was dead. He got hit over by a hit and run driver in the morning going to work. How do you think an 11-year-old girl felt wishing her dad was dead, that she adored, and then he was? What kind of power did I have, or I thought I had? And I was just devastated. And it took a good 30 years of suppressed feelings and guilt to get that off my chest. Yeah. And I would never wish or say anything like that to anybody again. I know it wasn't my fault, but it felt like it was. So I had to have counselling for 2 years, 2 nervous breakdowns. And eventually they said, have you said goodbye to your dad and sorry and everything? I said, no. So I wrote a letter and did all that. And then everything was fine. But, even talking about it now, I still feel really disgusted with myself. But it all sort of led on to spiritual church then, because I wanted contact and confirmation and everything, which I got. I got lots and lots of messages. And then the spiritualist church, as nice as it was, got a little bit cliquey. So I left there and went to another one, and that was fine. And then after a while, I left those, still go back now and again. Then, of course, I got married, had my two sons. And so I've done the wife bit, the mother bit, and I wanted to do my bit now. And I met up with some people to do paranormal investigations. And we went to Southern Nightclub in London, which was it was a most haunted night where they did questions and answers. So we were quite, fans then. And when they finished, they said, you can go around the building and do investigations now if you want to. So we said, okay, we'll do that. And myself and my friend, Nikki, she lived in London, and we went across the balcony area. And it was pitch black. All the lights were out except for the little emergency lights. She walked on in front of me, and I was walking behind her about a couple of 100 yards, something like that. And I had then, you're talking 30 years or more now, I had an old pretty naff camcorder as today's standards are. And it was one of these bulky things, VHS stuff. And then all of a sudden, cutting the long story short, sorry, excuse me, I walked along, and all of a sudden, as I had this camcorder and looking through the lens, I suddenly stopped dead, because in front of me was a doorway, well lit up, with no door on, well lit up, and a lady stood there. And I went, oh, sugar. Who are you? Who are you? Having said that, I dropped the camcorder, but luckily the strap was round me. So I was only filming the floor, not that it was picking anything up, but it picked our voices up. And she looked at me and she went, shh. And I said, what? She said, there's people down there doing a seance. I went, oh, okay. All right then. Sorry about that. And I walked off. I got to my friend later on and I never said a word. Not a word. Normally, as you both know, if you see or hear anything, you go and tell who's ever with you because you want them to experience what's happening. Yeah. I didn't do anything. Not a thing. So it wasn't until I went home and I had 15 hours sleep. Now, before anybody in chat says that's lazy, I have got fibromyalgia, as you were aware, and also being up all night, I was pretty tired. But when I woke up the next day, I woke up into a really cold sweat. And I tried to piece together what happened that night. And I thought, oh my God, what did happen? And I was really, really struggling with what happened. Why did I see her? Why didn't anybody else see her? Why didn't I say something? So I phoned my friend up, Nikki, and I said, Nikki, what happened last night? She said, what do you mean? I said, well, I saw this, and I told her where and everything. She said, no, I didn't see anything or hear anything. I said, well, you must have done. You were in front of me. She said, Lynn, honestly, she said, the only thing I felt that was odd is you went quiet the rest of the night. Don't know what she means by that, but, you know, quiet. So I said, okay. Yeah, exactly. So I said, okay. And I told her all about it. And she said, no, honestly. So I phoned up, I spoke to Phil Wyman, who was then with Most Haunted. And I also spoke to Fred Batt, who owned the nightclub, which is now demolished, gone. Yeah. And they both said, you have described Ruth Ellis, the last woman in Britain to be hung. She haunted that building. She not only haunted the building, she worked there before in the kitchen area. The kitchen area where I saw her. Because I saw her, what she was wearing, I saw her hair style and everything. And I've looked at pictures since, and it's definitely her. There was white tiles behind her. There were stairs going down, and there were some stairs going up just in front as well. I saw all that, wow, but never said a word. So I also had my tape analysed, and it did say by experts, and it came back and said, yes, it is a ghost voice, because they have got higher octaves than us. And as I said, if nobody messed about with you or anything like that, you know, messing around, you have seen and heard Ruth Ellis. Wow. So I thought, well, I can't understand. I really can't understand why I didn't tell Nikki. And the only explanation after all these years that I can have is I must have went into a mini shock. Sometimes a shock. I saw it, I saw her, but my brain didn't register, or I don't know how you want to word it, but I was shocked. Yeah. And I still think today, if I hadn't have gone home and rested and then put it all together logically, who knows what would have happened? What if I'd have gone up to her and touched her? That's picture gone down. It's scary even to today. It is, yeah. And that was my very first full-blown apparition. Wow! And I thought, my God, there's got to be something in this then. And then I went on to reading and researching. I'd done my ghost walks and everything pieced together. Then I met spiritualists. I met my lovely friend Angela. And she works with the angels, and now I work with the angels. Everything has pieced together from paranormal to spiritual to angels to where I am now. And I'm sort of really fulfilled in my life that I thought I would never have. I never thought that I would be what I am now, doing readings and events and all this sort of stuff. But right from an early age, I've always thought that I needed to help people. And I wanted to help people, but I didn't know how. So it sort of came to me naturally. And I've gone on several different levels now. You know, you go like levels of learning and teaching and developing and all the rest of it. I'm just going through all that, and I've got through lots and lots of illnesses. And you always say, "Oh, why me? Why me?" But I know why me now, because I can help somebody else.
Yeah.
If you haven't experienced something, you can't help them. It's like somebody saying, "Oh, I envy you your job. I could do your job." You can't if you haven't done it. So that's how I've become like I am now. And then I wrote my first book, Paranormal Gloucester, from all my ghost walks. I'd done that in 3 months. It was all here, so I just went bum, bum, bum down. But my second book, there was no time limit from the publishers, so it took 7 years. So I'm on my third book now, but it's going to be a while.
Where can people buy your books from, though, Nanny Lyn?
Well, they are on Amazon, but obviously they're a little bit more on Amazon. What I've done is I've ordered some more, and I ordered some from Amazon, and I've ordered some from my second book, Gloucester's Ghosts and Giggles, are from a company called Lulu. But the problem is with this COVID, they want American money to be paid. Right. They want you to pay in American dollars. So, of course, I sadly had to put the price of my book up, but it's still cheaper than Amazon. Plus, it will be signed. It will be signed, and there will be no postage and packaging. I'll do all that. So it's £10 per book. And I hate saying that because I was selling them for $8, but I can't now because of this dollars, and I don't want people thinking I'm ripping them off.
No, you wouldn't. So them books are worth every penny.
I'm waiting for the books to come now. So until I get them, people can contact me on Facebook or email, and most people contact me on Facebook, don't they? I've got my couple of pages. Spirits, Love and Light. That's all those sort of pages. We want to order one of each. Okay, so, as soon as I get them.
Just let us know.
You have to message us links. Yeah. Message us links to your page, and we'll put them on Exploring the Afterlife. We'll put them on our page for you, for people.
Okay, darling. Yeah, all right. Yeah. Okay, then. Thank you.
What's been one of your most favourite, or your most? Well, that one had blown me away completely. I've seen what you like with the white lady in the stairs. I don't think that's something that would ever leave me. But what would you say? What's been like another thing that's happened to you, Nanny Lyn, or when you've been on your ghost walks? Has anything happened on them when you've been?
I don't know where to start.
Read the book.
No, it really is. But the next apparition I saw was at Woodchester Mansion. Totally different to the first one. Where Ruth Ellis was solid, or looked solid, this one was transparent. Luckily, I had 4 people with me that saw it as well. So that was good validation. And we were, have you ever been to Woodchester? You have?
Not yet.
Just outside the, oh, not yet. Oh, right. Okay. Oh, you've got to go. You've got to go. If you like stones being thrown at you, and you've got to go. Yeah. I've lost count how many times I've been there now. And every time it's given up something. But this particular night, we were looking down the corridor. I'll answer that one in a minute, Derek. I think I have answered it, but never mind. She literally came out from the bottom of the corridor and walked across the corridor a little way in front of us, and then disappeared in the wall. And one of the blokes there said, "Oh, I'll run around the other side, see if she comes out that wall." But of course, she'd gone. She was tall, slim. Not necessarily a white dress, but it was like an off-white. She looked very, very sad, had her head down, didn't even look at us. and just literally walk through the wall. Now, we think that she may have been one of the people that lived there before that Woodchester mansion was built, because there was another building before there, and we think she may have been from that era. And we were just gobsmacked, absolutely gobsmacked.
I'm looking forward.
But it was good because it was more than one. Paul, my books are called Paranormal Gloucester, and the second one's Gloucester's Ghosts and Giggles. The first one's about all the paranormal stuff that and why I became paranormal investigator, and also the Gloucester's Ghosts and Giggles are the funny sides of the ghost walks, and we had some funny sides, I tell you. We really did. Oh my God. I employed 2 scarers, and we went down this 10th century medieval alleyway. It was called Prostitute Alley at one point. And then it was called Pinch Belly Alley. And the reason for that is there were some stones jutting out midway to the alley that in medieval times, if people or armies would rush down, or animals, they had to stop and pinch their bellies past this stone because they couldn't get by anyway. But what made us smile was the prostitute alley bit, and there was graffiti in the wall as well. I mean, you can imagine them standing there. How much you got, then, Gov? What do you want tonight, then, Gov? And there was so there was obviously I don't know whether the buildings was there in medieval times, but the building that's there now has about 3 little niches in, like little doorways. And that's where my scarers hid. And one particular night, they scared this bloke that much when they jumped out, he thumped him in the face. And they said, "We're going to the Actors Union. We want more money than this. We want danger money." They always used to moan about me being late as well, because I used to go somewhere else first and then meet them there, because it was supposed to be, a surprise or shock. And this particular night, they was hungry, so they bought themselves some fish and chips. She won't be here yet. They stood there, munched away on the fish and chips, and all of a sudden went, "Oh shit, she's here! Quick!" Sorry about language. "She's here!" So one went one way, one went the other way. They both went into these little niches that they had to hide, and the one went in there so hard, he hit his fish and chips still on the door, and they all fell on the floor. And he cussed me after. He said, "You owe me some fish and chips." And he said, "You all pushed against the door," or whatever. And then we came along, and everybody was going, "Smells a bit fishy around here, doesn't it?" And I said, "Yeah, people eat their fish and chips here, I think." And then
that's why they called it Prostitute Alley.
Do you know what, John? I never made that connection before. It had to be a man that said that, isn't it? It had to be a man. I will link my page to ETA, as they've said on here. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Oh, but, another time we hadn't long been doing the walks, and there was 40 people in front of me, and I was telling them the stories. Didn't have my scarers then, and a police car pulled up, and he stopped, wound the window down. He said, "Everything okay?" I said, "Yeah, fine, thank you." He said, "What you all doing?" I said, "I'm doing a ghost walk." And he said, "Oh, I didn't know we'd done them in Gloucester." I said, "Yeah, only just started, but I'm doing them now, probably once, twice a week, something like that." "Oh, okay then." And off he went. I stopped and looked at everybody, and I said, "Hey, what was all that about?" And they went, "Look behind you, Lynn." So I looked behind me. We were all stood in front of a bank, and that's why he stopped. He thought 40 people in front of a 40 people in front of a bank. Well, after that, they got to know me, and they used to wave as they went by, And they used to wind the window down. Who are you scaring tonight then, Lynn? I said, you, if you don't get on your way.
Oh, do you know, but isn't it nice though when you've got a community feel like that though, when you're going around like that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Gloucester's a city, but we call it a village. I mean, for north, south, east and westgate streets, they're the central part of Gloucester, and it's very small. So I used to do 4 different routes all around that area. And in the 14 years that I've done it, there's only 2 people that spoilt it or tried to spoil it. One was a man that came up to us and tried to get in for nothing and started drinking and shouting and that. And I had kids there, so I wasn't having that. So I told him to leave, and I did have a friend that moved him on. And then another time there was another one that had drink and that, and he was scaring this little girl. So we got him moved on as well. And then we got back to the last location, and I went up to the bar and I bought her a bottle of pop and some crisps to take home with her. And her mum said, thank you very much. That's very kind of you. Why did you do that? I said, because I want her to go home thinking of that, not the man that upset her. And she said, that's very kind of you.
I never thought of it like that, you know. You know, if a child's had a bad experience, to give him a good experience, to give him, I've never even, I've got kids and I never thought of that.
Well, now you have. Just ask Nanny Lyn.
I know, you've been all my life.
Don't worry about it. Like John just said, I never even thought about fish and prostitutes together. So
that was the first thing that popped into my head. That was the first thing that popped into my head when you said it.
Oh dear. Does anybody want to ask me any questions? We can't leave our people out, can we?
No, we can't.
Does anybody want to ask me any questions? I mean, they're all here, lovely. You know, they're all watching and everything. So, you know, and perhaps, hopefully, listening. I forgot you.
Definitely listening.
Julie Sankey, bless her. She's my I was going to say my scarer. My mod.
Julie. Well, we're moving that way.
Yeah. So good evening, every single one of you. Anyway, sorry,
Nanny Lyn, you're like the devil.
Yeah, I've just seen that.
It's Johnny.
Watch it, Johnny. I know. I've seen him before. You watch it, Johnny. I could be anywhere. Just be careful. Watch under your bed.
No, what's going to put out? Yes, where are you from? Because never met you before. Is that Trish? Is Trish, are you asking Nanny Lyn that, or are you asking somebody else?
I know Trish.
Yeah.
She's from Wales. Yeah. She's from Wales. Oh, she's being funny. She's being half funny. Yeah. Now look here. Oh, thank Julie just put my links up. Bless you. Thank you, Julie, darling.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I've met Trish, yes.
Derek's put, what was your scariest moment?
Oh, well, probably, if I'm honest, the one I told you about, Ruth Ellis, because it was totally unexpected. Always the unexpected scare you. When you don't expect it, it scares you even more, doesn't it? So the one at Woodchester didn't scare me because I was with other people, and it wasn't like I was on top of her or she was on top of me, pardon the puns and whatever. But the other scariest moment was at Woodchester Mansion, and I was sat on this, like, I don't know, not a stone type table that was just off from the kitchen in there, and other people were in different areas. And there's hardly any glass in the windows in Woodchester in most places. So I was sat there and I was like, oh, I'm cold. I was looking at the window and then looking back and looking at the window. And I just shouted out, old school shouting out, no technology and stuff. Is there anybody here that would like to come and talk to us, come closer, come and see me, you know? And nothing happened. And I said, come on, don't be shy, come close. As I looked at the window and then looked back, boom, straight past me, in front of me, was this black shadow of a monk. And I went, bloody
Wow.
hell, I said close, but not that close. He disappeared. Yeah, he just disappeared. Like, where's the toilets?
Oh dear. Why do you think that the first apparition you saw was, like you said, it was like the full apparition, and then you get apparitions that are more see-through type of things or dark shadow? Why do you think they come in different forms?
I honestly don't really know the answer, apart from I would say it's different eras. Yeah, okay. Energies, different eras. If they're stronger, I mean, Ruth Ellis has been haunted that place for years. Yeah. That lady at Woodchester Mansion had been haunting it probably for a lot longer. Yeah. So the energies probably had been depleted. So yeah, John's right. It's the energies as well. Yeah. I believe anyway. But the other scariest moment, if I may, is Woodchester again. Yeah. There was 28 people, and we were all in the kitchen. Did I believe in the afterlife? I always hoped so. Yes, Claire. Yes, I did. I always hoped there was.
I'll put questions up for ones you're already answering, Nanny Lyn. Then I'm not going to confuse you.
Yeah. Yeah, especially midway a story.
Yeah.
Not that I mind. It's just me. It's me. I just forget. So there you go. Forgot. What was I saying? Oh yeah, 28 of us in the kitchen, and we were all about to spread out into different areas. And 4 of my team were in the corridor that leads onto the kitchen. And all of a sudden, they come running in and screaming like banshees and whatnot. And we'd heard a growl, and we also heard like a dog, and we also heard a man shout, "Shut up!"
Wow.
And that freaked them out. So they freaked us out. Mass hysteria. All 28 people didn't know where to go, including me. And we actually captured that on 3 different dictaphones. The same, so we got that on YouTube, called the Woodchester Growl. But there is another thing called Woodchester Growl, but that's not ours. That is just a growl. The one we've got, you can hear the man saying "shut up" as well. So that frightened the hell out of us. So I took everybody outside. Some went to the loo, some went to the base room and never come out again. And it was pretty scary, because it was pitch black, and they saw like someone rush past them, shout that and whatever. And there is a very menacing man there as well, which obviously was him. And my friend always got scratched there in the kitchen, always got scratched on his face or his hands. We proved without a doubt it wasn't him, because we filmed him. He wore gloves, everything. And we found out in the end that it probably was his hearing aid. It's a high frequency one. And the spirit of a dog didn't like it. And that's why he scratched him. So, but that absolutely loads there at Woodchester and other things. The best place I've been to, Paul, is Woodchester Mansion and the New Inn in Gloucester. The New Inn in Gloucester I've been to loads and loads of times. Where do I start? We were in. Am I okay? Am I okay? I'm not taking over because it's your show.
No, you are. Sure? This is all. It's all for you, this, Nanny Lyn.
I don't want to bore anybody.
You're not.
At the New Inn, we stayed in what was called the Lady Jane Grey room. They called it that room because Lady Jane Grey was proclaimed from the balcony there. This is like a really old galleried inn, and I should do some pictures send you some pictures please. If you like, of some of these stories, then everybody can have a look. And this particular night, I was with a friend and her daughter and her daughter's friend, and we just finished a charity show. So we decided that we were going to stay the night, even though I'm only 10 minutes up the road in the car. But you get a night where Lynn can stay free, you ain't going to say no, are you?
No.
So we were literally in this double bed, and the two girls were in single beds. Now at 5:45 in the morning, no sugar, thanks, John. Coffee.
Coffee, no sugar, Nanny Lyn said.
Pleasure. If I could get the coffee to you, I'd make you one.
I know you would, darling. I know you would. Yeah, so we were in bed 5:45 in the morning, and I know it was that time because it woke me up and I looked straight at the time. I don't know what other people do, but as soon as I wake up, first thing I do is look at the time. I don't know why, I just do.
Yeah.
So I realised it was light, and I thought, what was that then? You know, why did I wake up? I'd heard a voice, a young man's voice, I would say, and he said, hello. And I thought, who the hell's that then? I thought, and I looked over and I thought, has my friend brought a bloke in the night and didn't tell me? I looked over. Oh, how dare she?
Dare she bring one for herself?
Yeah, where's mine? So she was asleep. The girls were still asleep. And about 10-15 minutes after that, hello. And I went, what? Who is it? Who's in this room with us? Only louder than that, but I don't want to blow your minds out, blow your earphones out. And she still didn't wake up. And I sat up and I thought, I ain't going back to sleep. Who the bloody hell's in here? The curtains were drawn, but there was a little bit of light, so I could see it was light. And I thought, what's going on? It's definitely in this room. No windows were open. It was definitely in the room that we were in.
Yeah.
And I waited and waited. And then all of a sudden there was a big crash in the bathroom. And the bathroom was like behind the wall that we had the bed by. And I thought, shit, what was that? It was a crash. That woke my friend up, and she cussed me and said, what are you waking me up for, making a row? I said, it's not me, we got a visitor. She said, well, you know who it is, it's the little girl. I said, no, this was a man's voice. She said, well, go and see what happens in the bathroom then. And I went, I said, can't you go? And she said, no, I can't go. You're awake, you go. So I was flipping out, I'll go then. So I went in, I opened the door, turned the light on, had a look round. It's not a very big bathroom, looked around, looked behind the door and everything. Absolutely nothing. Nobody in there. Nothing had been dropped or thrown, or everything was in its place. Wow. So I went back to tell her. She'd gone back to sleep. I thought, cheeky, blimmin' so-and-so. So I thought, well, I'll have to stay up now because I don't know what's going to happen. And I must have stayed up for another hour and a half, drinking coffee, eating the biscuits they give you, and waiting for them to get up. So wow. Afterwards, I thought, why did I wait? Why didn't I just go down and have an early breakfast? Well, because I didn't think of it. And I thought there might be some more, action, whatever.
Yeah.
Action. Ooh.
Action.
In the bedroom.
I know, first of all.
Yeah. I'm not missing out. So when they all got up, we went downstairs, we spoke to the landlord, and he said, yes, he said, that room was booked out for somebody many years ago, and he committed suicide by hanging himself in the bathroom.
Wow.
And I went, oh my God. And I said, well, hang a minute. Why did he only say hello then? Why didn't he continue saying something else? And I thought, hang on, I know. Sometimes when spirit acknowledge us, that we're there, and they want to be acknowledged, they might only just say hello or their name or whatever. Nothing, dramatic, over dramatic. And I think, I might be wrong, but I think all he wanted to do was let us know that he had been there, what he'd done, and now that he was at rest, we found out that he'd stayed there and he'd done it after we spoke to the manager, because they've not heard anything since.
Yeah.
And also, I do know. Sorry.
No, go on, Nanny Lyn. I'll ask after. Go on.
I just think the room. They're not allowed to. It's a grade 1 listed building, so they're not allowed to do the anything inside of it. Apart from, I think that was 2 rooms at one point. Because if you go outside the front door, as it is, turn right into the corridor, there's a door that's blocked up. And that door led into that room. But the room that it's the door, the room that's behind that door is the bathroom now.
Yeah.
So I think that's what happened. It must have been, because there's nothing in there to be able to hang yourself. There's beams, yes, but they don't go like so you can throw something over.
Yeah. Do you believe then sometimes then, do you know, like when we are investigating and spirit and the energies come through and they'll say help, or are we, I mean, I know there's no right and wrong way, because obviously me and John, I won't say we're mediums, do you know, we're large, but no. But no, but,
I'm extra large.
I am. But
no, I am.
Does it?
I am, not you.
Oh,
no, we all are.
Am.
But does it, by not taking them to the light, can they automatically cross just with the acknowledgement? Is that enough for some of the spirit energies, do you think?
I think it can be, yeah. It's a very, very deep subject, isn't it? And in all my experience, all my experience, there's several different ways. They stay there, stay here because they're frightened. They stay here because they like it. Or they stay here because everybody around them, they just don't want to move on. But also, I do believe they're just in visitation a lot of the times as well. Yeah, I do. And this is why you get some sometimes and some another time, because they're not there all the time. They're certainly not there for our beck and call. They're there when they want to be. And I do believe in that very, very strongly. And I think also they don't have to say anything. They don't have to appear. I do believe when they go to the afterlife, they have their healing first of whatever they was ailing with. Then they've got a choice on, this is what I've been told, then they have a choice of choosing what they'd like to do in the afterlife. They could greet people when they arrive. They could take them to various different areas that they want to, they want to see what is whatever. All sorts of things that you can imagine, just to help them, especially like in the war. You can imagine the poor soldiers and that just didn't even realize they were dead because it was so sudden. You need some help and you need some counselors, just like we do on earth. So we have angels in heaven that haven't touched the earth. So because they're not contaminated then for a start, and they can help people. And then there's angels and earth angels and light workers like ourselves that are here. And like John, you're a pagan, aren't you, darling? And that goes back further than Christianity. And I'm absolutely fascinated with all that. And I've got a friend that's a shaman. And he tells a joke about Christians. He said, and somebody said, if he was the God, whatever, why did they crucify him or whatever, something like that. And he used to say, oh God, I think I've got the punchline now. That's typical of me. We used to burn yours, he said. I don't know, I can't remember now, but he always had a funny answer. But See,
I'm a mixture of all religions. John laughs at me because I believe in all different religions for different reasons. I've got all my bases covered, Nanny Lyn. Do you know? For me, God, it's a goddess, but I do believe in angels. I believe that there is negative energies that have never walked this earth. They're the deeper down ones. I do believe that there's negative energies within people also, and I'm not sure whether they're the ones we've come across more than demonic. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're just
Yeah, like
but
elementals.
I'm covered on all bases. I believe in everything.
Yeah. Well, I'm very interested in a lot, and everybody's different. So everybody's, everybody's got their own individuality. And I very often wonder, I mean, it's like the Bible. A lot of people believe it, a lot of people don't. It's been written by more than one person, so it would contradict itself. But my argument was always like, well, not an argument, but I always thought, right, you've got Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden, yeah? And if God is there, why did he give Eve that intention to give Adam the apple? But then again, people would say because they were human and he gave them the free will. Okay.
Yeah.
But also he punished them by having other people have different tongues to talk and stuff. So I often think if that never happened and Eve never gave Adam the apple, would we all talk the same language?
Mm-hmm.
Or am I being stupid? Also, it says that Adam and Eve were the only ones. Yeah, Adam and Eve were the only ones, and their sons, yeah. They went out into the desert, wherever they went, and they came across another tribe. Where did they come from?
Well, I've questioned that myself because when you're actually reading, I mean, I used to have to go, we did have to go to church when we were little because that's what my mum and dad's wishes was. And then obviously when we lost my dad, that were it. My religion for me would just start at window then, and it were because I was only 8, it was a big thing. So you sort of like lose, but then I've come back into it as I've got older, and you learn, don't you, Nanny Lyn? You learn more about different things, and
absolutely.
What we do, it gives you that peace, I think. Do you know? So
the thing to me with Bible is, and I don't know if it's in Bible because I've never studied the Bible, but it's the story of Lilith. Lilith, this woman, she wouldn't bow to Adam, so that's why they created Eve. I don't know if that's in Bible or whether that's something different.
No, I don't know. No, I've got 2 Bibles here. I'll have to look that up now. Give me something.
Apparently, Lilith was the first woman created, and she was with Eve, but she wouldn't submit to him and be like obedient to man. So they took her children and they killed her children, and that's why she's come back for revenge, Lilith. And that's why she's known as negative. But then they created Eve from Adam's rib because of being part of man or something. It should be more submitted to it. I don't know if that's right or not, but that's one thing that I heard. That's fascinating.
So I know what you mean. Because it's even then, look, women's rights when women wanted to be prominent.
Exactly.
Right from the start.
So
can I just answer? Yeah,
you can, because I've got
do all spirits know that they've actually passed away? No, I don't think they do. Not all of them. I think it depends on how they went as well. Like I said, with the soldiers, they went so quick. If they were blown up or they were shot or whatever, one minute you're there, here next minute you're not. And I don't think a lot of them knew that they passed away. Some do. And none of us is going to really, really know until it's our turn. But I do believe in the afterlife, and I do believe that they live on. Our souls live on. We're spirit first, always have been. We're only given this body just so that we can get around and, well, sort of get around. You on your big red and me on my...
I can't remember who it were now, but somebody told us to watch a video, and I can't remember this bloke's name. And he was saying the body is just like a car.
It's an energy source.
So your soul gets into it to drive it. And do you know what I mean? I can't remember.
He did it in very, very simple terms, didn't they?
That's one way of looking at it. But no, I do think they don't all know that they've passed away. No, I don't think so. No.
I think if it's traumatic and quick, I think sometimes it all depends on how they pass, I think, and how quick it is.
That's what I said. I believe. Yes, I do. Nanny Lyn, have you ever experienced any poltergeist?
We have at Woodchester because you've had stones thrown at you.
Yes, we've had stones thrown. Now, I'll tell you what, you ain't going to believe this. Well, a skeptic wouldn't. We actually saw a stone come through the ceiling. Now, how would that be? It actually came through the ceiling. We looked up, the stone came through the ceiling and on the floor. How can that be? How can that be? But that's what we saw. So, yeah, we've had poltergeists, where things have been thrown. We get mimickers. As well. Again, when I was at Woodchester, we had walkie-talkies one night, and my team went downstairs in the basement area and around the building. And I stayed in the base room because that's where the food was.
Sounds like me.
Anyway, they came running back, and I said, "What's up?" And they said, "You called us back." I said, "I never." They said, "We heard your voice. It was your voice saying, 'Come back to the base room now.'" I said, "Wow. I haven't even got a walkie-talkie." They went, "What?" I said, "I haven't got one, so I couldn't have called you." So we do get mimickers. And we do know that
I'd have a good excuse because they come down and say, "You've called us." I said, "No, I've got a plate of sandwiches in one hand and a bun in the other one. How am I supposed to call you on radio?"
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. We also had, I don't know whether you know the story of Woodchester, but they had American soldiers there and they drowned in the lake. And they obviously were in the building and using it for whatever, training, whatever. And they would have had walkie-talkies. Now, this particular night, we were down in the basement area. And from one of the doorways opposite, where we were literally sat on the floor. That's the days when I could get up off the floor. And there was a door.
About 5 minutes.
Yeah. There was a room opposite, and a stone come out and hit me on the foot. And I thought, "Oh, thanks, whoever's in there." And they said, "There's nobody in there." I said, "Oh, okay then. Well, wherever that come from then." And then all of a sudden we heard a voice and a click, and then a voice again. And they all said, "Who's got walkie-talkies down here?" Nobody. Not one person had a walkie-talkie in the building, and I didn't take any that night. And it was definitely the sound of like somebody talking on a walkie-talkie.
Yeah.
We've had that.
There's been
had that through spirit box, haven't we?
No, we've
had
walkie-talkies on. But I think we have had.
Remember? Yes, you were at a church ruin, I think, and we heard a whistle, and it wasn't John, wasn't you? And it was definitely a whistle. Yeah, we got that. I remember that one. Yeah. So
that were
Rockley
Engine House. That one.
Yeah. Blast furnace.
Yeah, definitely. But
what's your take, Natalie? Because obviously, like you've done, as we call it, as what other people call it when we're watching them, they'll call it old school, where there was no spirit box or there was no apps and things.
Yeah.
What's your take on how things have progressed over time? Do you know, if you had a chance to use them back then, do you think you would have, or do you think you would have just done it today?
I don't think I would have, because it's like anything. You're only doing what you're used to.
Yeah.
It's like growing up, isn't it? Whatever you're used to, you'll do. If we had that, then I don't think it would. Well, we wouldn't have known how to use it. It has to be a gradual process, gradual change, I think. And we had just the old camcorders. They were quite big and heavy, and then the old VHS tapes in them, and cameras and torches, and that was about it. We might have had dowsing rods, but that was about it. And we just called out the old school, like I said. But the modern ones today, I actually do like your necrophonics.
Yep.
I do like the spirit box and the Alice box. There's a couple of other things I think I like, and I've got like EVP, but we didn't call them EVP. We called them dictaphones, and they were about Can you see? No, you can't see. They were about so square.
Yeah.
And you literally had to put a little tape in them. That's the take that I've got of the growl on there.
Yeah.
And so it was
yeah, I mean, good thing though is with the older stuff, there was no way you could fake things either. You know, if you've got it on like a video recorder.
I mean, that's the problem nowadays. We've got all this technology, we've got all these apps, we've got all this different stuff. You've got all video editing and everything.
Yeah.
Whereas back in the day, you didn't have that. So
anything you put, it was literally unexplainable. You know, so because me and John's, we've been thinking about it. Not do it. Obviously, I like using me apps and me quantum box. I like my favourite one at the minute. Because it comes out with the full sentences. But we said one night we were going to go and just do old school and just use a self and
your natural abilities.
Yeah, just to see.
Yeah, you're natural. And there's a lot of groups I've noticed lately that are thinking of doing that.
Is there really?
Whether they're getting fed up of, whether they're getting fed up of the technical or what, I don't know. But they're really thinking about going back old school. And I do think your natural abilities will bring out the best. And if there is spirits there, and also what you've got to think of is all spirits don't know the technology. They don't even know the word device.
Yeah.
And also when you say we're not there to harm you, and that's no disrespect to anybody that says this.
No, because we said that. Yeah.
How can they be harmed? They're dead.
Yeah.
They're dead. So, but they might be frightened. But you know, when you say about touch the REM pod, they don't know what that is, so they have to be educated. So that could be why a lot of them don't come through. Whereas years ago, all we had was a camera, our voices, and we recorded it. And when you record it on the old VHS, you cannot fake that.
No, you can't.
We were talking about this other week.
That's why I got a voice. Yeah.
We were saying when you stand there and you got like a phone and you have an app on and you say to the spirit, you can manipulate the sensors, the gyroscope. If he's from middle age, he's going to be standing there. What's the gyroscope?
Oh, again, though,
exactly.
Flip side is, though, if they passed that long ago, time's changed and they've changed with time. So have they learned along by watching what we're doing? It's so,
I don't know. I think they might do if they want to, but a lot of them wouldn't want to. I think a lot of them would just think, what the hell's going on here? I'm off. As I say, it's hard.
It is, but it's same with Ouija boards, because if you look back to an original Ouija board, it didn't have all alphabet on and it didn't have numbers on. It was it would be
a kids game.
Yeah, and it would set out differently, you know. So
kids game. Then the Victorians got to use it as a game, and they started all this in a way, this spiritual type stuff, didn't they? They were very inquisitive with the afterlife. So my opinion on the Ouija boards is yes and no. I have used them, but you cannot underestimate them. You can open it up and let anybody in, so you have to know what you're doing, and you have to open it properly and close it properly and with a lot of respect. You have to also know who to trust on the board, that they're not pushing it, or they might not intentionally know they're pushing it. So there's a lot of reasons there as well. And also who comes up. We did a Ouija board a couple of years ago, and the answers that were coming through, the were making me believe that this person knew all about my sister. And it was coming out saying different things, something like it was Mo or something, and then it was my dear. Now my sister would have never said my dear. So I believed a lot of what it was saying. I can't remember exactly now, but I believed a lot of what it was saying. But I was also on my guard because of we being the boards that they are. And then so I thought, right, I'm going to trick you. You either ask them the same question and see if you get the same answer, or I asked them a question that only I would know. What was our dog's name? Our first dog. they didn't know.
Yeah.
And there was something else they didn't know. So I got really angry then, and I just said, just pee off and, you know, leave us alone. I don't believe you. I don't believe who you're saying you are.
Yeah.
And the other people around the table said, no, you're right. It isn't. It isn't who you said it is.
Yeah.
The table tipping, that's good. Oh my God, we were at Craignos in Wales a while ago, long time ago, and I was with a medium, and he was around showing us how to do the table tipping, and it was upstairs in all the derelict parts. And we went up there and started this table tipping, and there was a lot of people around the table, and they were all asking questions and wanting to, you know, get their all in, their parts in. And he said, well, I'm going to nip off now because somebody needs me in another room. There's something happened to her. She needs me to go and talk to her. So he said, I'll just carry on. So I sat back from it. I usually get most from sitting back on Ouija boards and table tipping, to be honest, than participating. So they were all shouting out these questions and all this and that, and I was getting all agitated and angry, and I thought, calm down, Lynn, you don't know half of these people. What's the matter with you? And all of a sudden, I just shouted at them, will you stop asking bloody questions? And I went, oh.
So out of character,
and they all stopped and looked at me. I said, oh, I'm really sorry. I said, but the spirit is getting very angry. You're asking too many questions. Yeah. Too many people. They haven't got they haven't got the energy to answer you all. At that time, the medium come in and said, Lynn, you're right. He come in and verified it. But I thought, oh, flipping it. And I do get that. I mean, a spirit have used my voice before now. I'm like, oh my God, you know, it's not on if you don't get asked, is it?
I know John, he doesn't tell me off, obviously, but he asked, we've got this thing, because we're off camera, I don't shut up asking questions, and I ask questions really quickly with no seconds in between. I ask one and then I'm asking another one, and he pokes me in my leg if I'm sat down to say time, you know, get some time. And if I'm talking too much, he goes.
Yeah. So if we hear a ouch behind camera, we know he's kicked you.
We know he's kicked me.
But no, it's weird, isn't it? How things go about. I mean, John Sixth Sense always says, you know, I've been on the scene longer than him, which probably have. It's got to be 40 years. I mean, I am 70, so, you know, 40 years easy that I've been doing paranormal stuff, and also the spiritual side of it, and it never ceases to amaze me. Have you been possessed? Oh, have I been possessed? Yes, I have. A few times, but it's only been possessive as they've used my voice.
Yeah.
I think that's what it means. I don't think it means like full possession.
No.
No.
Yeah. Again, this was at the Dick Whittington pub in Gloucester. We had two mediums sat in the room down there, and about 50 or 60 people watching and listening to them, and they were going to do transfiguration. And I was stood at the bar because I was the host, so I was making sure everybody was okay. And I was stood at the bar, but I wasn't drinking. I was stood, and thought I'd just get that in. And one of the mediums said to me, "Be careful, Lynn. There's a man around you that's menacing. He's walking up and down the bar." I said, "Oh, I know. That's an old landlord, an old man that used to have this as a merchant's house. It wasn't a pub then. His name was John Taylor." And she said, "Okay, well, just be careful." So I said, all right. And they carried on talking. And then somebody in the audience said, "Can we take photos when you transfig and stuff?" She said, "Yeah, no problem." So there they was, flashing away, flash, flash, flash. And I was stood at the bar, and I was getting more angry and agitated again, just like I said to you just now. And then I just couldn't control it. I thought, what the hell's the matter with me? I can't control it. And I just shouted, "Stop flashing!" And then I went, "Oh, shit." And everybody was laughing, and they were scared. They jumped and then they laughed.
Does it scare you?
Yes,
when it happens? Because obviously you'll hear that voice change.
Exactly. I said, "Oh my God, was that me?" And they said, "Yes, it was you, Lynn, but it wasn't your voice. It was a man's voice." And the medium said, "We told you." I said, "Well, he didn't like all this flashing, I suppose." And then I said, "Anyway, who asked you to get into my bloody body and use my voice?" Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, another time children have used my voice. And one particular time I shouted it again, and my friend was sat next to me, and she had lovely short hair, and it was really nice and silky and stuff. And as I turned and sort of shouted, her hair went literally flew up. And she said she never forgot that. And she literally flew up where I'd shouted. Oh, God. Have I done the ramming? I've done the ramming 5 times.
Wow.
I'll be honest with you. I haven't had hardly anything happen to me in there. Hardly anything. But the problem is with there, I think, with me, I know a lot of people get a lot of things there, but it might be just me. It's only my opinion. I do not deal with the devil or the evil. No. Yeah. If there's something evil anywhere, I will not go near it. No. Now I know there is a mixture of evil and whatever there. What always amazed me was, why were they talking about the evil incubus, succubus, but there was Bibles everywhere? The two didn't go, or didn't seem to go with me. So, oh, Carol, lol, all this is 100% true. Yes, I'll pay you later, Carol. I told you that before we started. Carol Vickers, she's absolutely gorgeous. She's one of my besties. So I forgot where I was going now. What did I say?
What about Bibles with incubus that didn't make sense to you because of both?
Yeah. And when I first went there, it said ancient burial ground, and it was just written on a bit of cardboard, and this don't seem right. You know, it's I don't know. And under the stairs, I mean, if Carol's watching, please forgive me, Carol, because that's John's daughter. I'm just going by my own opinion. So I think because I am like that and my views are like that is why I didn't experience anything, because I wasn't meant to. Other people, yes, but I just wasn't meant to. And the more I go out, I don't go as much now because of health issues and stuff, but the more that I do, the more I know now I'm protected. Yeah, I'm protected by all my family that have passed on, and even my son Sean is around me, and I know he's around me. Definitely. If I can, I'm not going to get upset, but bless his heart, I have seen 3 black butterflies recently. Wow. And they are a good symbol, and they're in the bedroom, and there's no windows open. So where did they come from? Yeah. And I looked it up, and they are symbols of the transition from life to death, and transition, and it's over. It's good. It's all good. I didn't know that. That's amazing. I've also felt him touch my hand in bed when I was crying one night. And I've also smelt last couple of days at least 3 or 4 times the not aftershave, the deodorant that he used. Yeah. And I asked Grumpy if he'd sprayed anything. He said only fly spray. I said no, it definitely wasn't that. And Carol Vickers, we've just been talking about, bless her heart, she bought me a cushion, a lovely little white cushion, and had Sean's face on it. I take that to bed. I kiss and I cuddle that in bed, and sometimes when I wake up, I turn over and I can see Sean's eye, and it's very, very comforting. Yeah, it really is. And all these smells and everything, and that, I know he's around me. And I know he's going to be one of my my guides, and my sister already is as well.
Yeah.
I mean, Nan, I mean, my dad, I mean, brother, my sister.
Yeah, we know that
they're all gone.
Definitely, aren't they?
So yeah, that's why I believe it. I'm not, you know, I'm not making it up. I wouldn't want to make it up. I don't never make things up.
The thing is, you don't need to.
All my ghost stories on my ghost walks, they were all true. I used to go around all the areas and research it. And sometimes I'd go in a pub and there was a band playing, and we used to end up in a pub just to do a little story at the end, and I didn't realise there was a band playing, and they would stop and they'd say, "Up, the ghost lady's in, watch out."
We stop it.
It was good. It really was good. It was good. It was good fun, and also there was the serious sides of it as well.
Yeah,
we used to go down into cellars and stuff. Yeah. But obviously, over the years, things deteriorated with me. And being a tour guide, it's not seen to keep sitting down talking to people.
Yeah.
And I had to keep sitting down because of my back and everything. As you would understand when you dial it, my voice is going.
Totally understand there. I mean, amount of times we go out and limited to that one position. We can't really walk. Well, John can walk around, but he don't want to walk off and leave me on my own sat somewhere. So it could only go like a short space round me, especially if I ain't got Big Red. And it's an outdoor location, it can be quite difficult. So definitely, because that pain, I don't think unless you suffer with it, nobody understands that.
No.
Of it,
I've had fibromyalgia. I've had fibromyalgia over 20 years.
Yeah.
And you're not necessarily always in agony.
No.
But you get shooting pains. The worst shooting pains I get is from me bum up my back.
Yeah.
That really sort of, not nice.
You sort of like jolt yourself, don't you, when you're in chair?
Yeah. Yeah. My, love tonight, but I'm going to have to go.
Good night, Claire.
Good night, Claire. Thank you for stopping by, darling. Have a good night's sleep.
I know.
Take care, love.
But it
not
does.
Well.
No, she's not been very well. She's on another lot of antibiotics, so we're hoping better in a few days. Sometimes antibiotics can make you feel a bit more poorly, though, can't they?
I think so,
Then
side effects. Yeah.
But, Nanny Lyn, you are welcome to come on and do ghost stories on our channel anytime you would like, my lovely lady.
Thank you very much.
There's not been one person tonight that's not said this has been absolutely amazing. I think everybody in chat said how much fun they had tonight and everything else.
Stop it.
Honestly, you are one loved lady. And again, you've got one of them voices, Nanny Lyn, we could listen to. Literally, I could sit and you make me shut up because I'm listening. You know, I think come on, just get me quiet. I've so enjoyed listening to everything because it's just so.
Well, it's real and it's true and it's natural. It's not made up. I'm not reading from a book, so I suppose that's what it is. Although I must just say before we go, people have said when they bought my book, I thought you were getting rid of me. I thought you were being.
I'm just saying a big thank you for doing this.
Sorry. No, when they read my book, they said it's like I'm talking. To them when they read, and I said, well, I didn't realise. I said, I just wrote it how I wrote it, and they said, well, that's how it is. Oh yeah, try a weekend. Don't you start, Carol Vickers. Yes, me and her has a farting competition. I always win, and I talk in my sleep. Yeah, I do. I talk in my sleep. I talk in my sleep.
Nanny Lyn, for the last couple of weeks, I've woke John up because I'm actually having a conversation with myself. And it's
do you remember any of it,
David?
I remember some of it, but
Yeah, sometimes if I wake up and I wake myself up sometimes with talking to myself. I like jolt myself out of it, but then I can fall asleep and I'll slot back into that dream. And it I know it sounds daft, but in a way, if I go to bed and think I want to dream of this, I'll dream of what I'm wanting to dream of. I can sort of dreams that, but then other times I can get caught off guard. But yeah, conversations when I'm dreaming and I'm actually talking, I hate it because
I know
he's hearing what's going on in my dream.
John, you want to ask who's Peter?
I think he did that on the night.
Makes me start mumbling, so I'm not right sure.
Oh no, I do. I wake up and I say a whole sentence and then I go, what?
I look at him.
Oh God.
Dear. Have you got anything lined up this year, Nanny Lyn?
No, I'm not actually doing events myself, Trish. I'm supposed to be retired. He says.
Never worked.
But I do like going with other people. If there's an interesting place, I like to go where there's history.
Yeah.
And I love history. So and I usually go with Carol and I go with Mitch, and they take care of me, bless them, because they drive and I don't. So no, I don't usually do events myself, Trish. Although people still keep asking me to do Woodchester Mansion, but they want nearly £800 a night.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's a lot of money. My face group's called. Just look up Lynn Sindri, the Ghost Lady, or my other pages are Spirits of Love and Light events. And then I've got one about crystals. Yeah, crystals. Yeah.
John's going to share him now on page and everywhere. But yeah, I mean, we'll have to. Do you know, Nanny Lyn? We're going to have to sort out to meet up somewhere.
Oh God, yeah. We won't stop laughing though.
There'll be no investigation. It'll just be us laughing.
No, we'll have to buy a box of tenor ladies.
I'll just bring a towel.
I mean, I'll bring a nappy. But honestly, I don't mean to sound big-headed or anything, but there's so many people that want me. Since I've retired, I got to try and fit everybody in. And now all this, with this COVID and with these chat shows that we could do, I mean, there's John wants me, you want me, Tim wants me, Shazzy and I could be on here every night, but I better not bore everybody. But I love talking to people and saying different things and what's happened in my life, and you never know, it might help other people. Because there's so many groups out there starting out now, isn't it? And they don't really know what they're doing, do they?
No. And I think some of them, but I think some of them that have started out as you watch Most Haunted and you'll watch Americans like Baggins and people think that that's ghost hunting side to it, and that's television. That's entertainment. And there's a big
I think a lot of people are, yes, it is a big difference, but I think a lot of people are getting that now. They didn't at first. No, they're getting it now that it's not like that, especially if they've been. I mean, like I said to you, I've been at Woodchester Mansion loads of times. I've been to Tutbury Castle 17 times. You know, and every group that we take, I always say to them, you might experience something, you might not. You know, I mean, I've got loads of tales about those places as well, but we'll save them for another night. Will you excuse me for 1 minute, because I'm dying for a wee?
No worries, my lovely. You leave off and come back on.
I'll be back, as Arnie says.
Okay, my lovely.
No, it's been on YouTube. Shared it on Facebook. To YouTube.
I'll mute us until she comes back, because then we'll not hear her talking.
We'll not hear her tiddling.
We'll not hear her tiddling. Oh, do you know, I absolutely love this lady to pieces. I honestly could listen to Nanny Lyn all night, through night and all next day. Can't get links to go active. I think John's just going to share them within Facebook page and
I've just shared them
group.
on Facebook.
If you go on to page, Julie, they should be activated on, and I'll share them in comment section after, because I don't, unless you can share them in here and they'll be active. But yeah, I mean, some places that you can actually go and investigate now. But I wouldn't mind going to that Woodchester mansion. A few's mentioned it. I didn't realise they were £800. After evening, Deborah, my lovely lady, I hope you're feeling a bit better. But yeah, it's like, oh, I just want to get my cat start ghost hunting again, because it's just paranormal orgy. No, none of that, Johnny. No, 17 years, love her to bits. Do you know, she's an amazing lady, and I could, honestly, I can't wait to meet her in person. She's brilliant, really enjoyed. And you know, I can't wait for her to come back on. Oh dear. But yeah, I mean, do you know, I'd love to see and have that apparition. But I think, do you know, sometimes I think your mind, it's all like Nanny Lyn says, there's different levels you work through. So I think at minute I'm on the 3rd level, where you're just finding out your own learning, your different ways of learning. I think that's what Nanny Lyn said.
No, she hadn't had her hair cut, Yvonne. Were you go with me?
I know, I've just trapped mine. Hang on, let me put a speaker back on. I've trapped mine.
Oh, that's better. I'm back.
I feel
like GS.
I just trapped my wire
to the
leg, and my head's going. Oh, bless him.
Yeah, I feel like Simon GS having to go to the loo, and I have washed my hands.
He don't wash his hands.
John, you're talking about that. You go out to investigate. You know. I actually read a story, and it were, I think it was in Daily Mirror, and it were Mike Cavell.
Yeah.
And an article about him, and they did a ghost walk in a graveyard, and they heard this moaning, and they went up to see what it were, and they were actually this bloke and woman having sex, and they got a film crew there. They were making a porn film in graveyard.
Oh, I say! Oh my God!
Know. But that wouldn't pay for that.
Oh no!
That
my God!
I know what I'd have done if I was in a graveyard.
Well, apparently, woman puts bloke off, pulled the knickers up and ran off, and bloke ran off naked after her.
So they weren't professional.
Oh, oh no! Bloody hell! Oh, crike!
Hey, dear.
Oh. Oh dear! What's that? That takes some doing. Well done, Nanny Lyn. What, Yvonne? What did I do? Go to the loo? Don't know.
Be like Simon, probably. Evening, Mimi.
Well, I've got a den that Grumpy built me, so it's not in the house. Yeah. There's a den, and then there's a little backyard, and then I go in the house. So yeah. So it's this is my den come
studio.
Oh, pigsty, I suppose. Yeah, it's got loads of stuff. Got everything. I've even got a fridge in here for all my Coke.
Oh, that's good. That's what I want next at the side of my chair.
Trouble is, I drink too much Coke, Lindsay. I drink too much Coke.
I do. I drink Pepsi, but I've had to try and cut it down because I was drinking like probably half a cup Pepsi a day, Pepsi Max.
You get a day.
And if I don't drink it, I start getting a headache.
Yeah. I even take some to bed if I wake up in the night, got a sore throat. And I've been waking up with sore throat lately, and I thought, oh my God, what's this? What's this sore throat? And I realised because I've been blooming snoring.
Yeah. But I don't think weather changing like it does, I don't think that helps us at night.
No, no, it doesn't. Every time I go to bed, I'm coughing because that's asthma. The change of the heat to the cold. Because
it's muggy at night, and it's been right muggy and horrible.
Yeah.
But then you put a fan on, and with coolness at fan, it doesn't do his throat any good when we're asthmatic. No. And if we don't have it on, we're bad anyway, so you can't win.
Yeah. Sod's law, innit? We just do what we do. Yeah. So, we got anybody still on, or are they all gone home?
No, they were all still on. Nanny Lyn, good ghost hunt, yes. But we'll try and arrange. We will try and arrange.
I'd love to.
Definitely, because I think, like I said, I don't know how much ghost hunting me and Nanny Lyn would do, but I think we'll be just sat laughing and giggling with each other off at night.
I'll have to hire a big red though, because I can't walk far or too long.
Exactly.
So we can have a race. We can have a race.
I'll tell you what, I'll bring Big Red and I'll bring Little Blue, and then we can have a race. You can go on Big Red and I'll go on Little Blue, and we can be the red car and the blue car had a race.
Yeah, I can't remember the rest of it, but yeah.
They give an advert about Monkey Market or something like that. But a lot saying they followed your page, Nanny Lyn, so that's good.
Thank you.
Every time you come on now, you're going to be inundated with our lot coming on just to listen to you. Because they've all said they could
all right
all night.
Yvonne, 6 in the graveyard, enough to put the willies up, yeah.
Trust Yvonne, my lovely lady.
Paranormal Kiwi would love to see you two in investigation. Well, anything's possible.
It is.
Never know. Anything. Yeah.
I think
because I could come up on the train for nothing, you see, because Grumpy used to work on the railway.
Yeah.
So I could come up on the train for nothing. But at the moment,
we've got a double and a single that's spare here, Nanny Lyn.
Have you? The only thing at the moment, I'm a bit worried about going out. I don't even go in a shop at the moment.
No.
I've only just arranged a couple of events, and we're having a memorial at the pub in August, if hopefully nothing changes. Because this bloody COVID, we could only have 20 at the funeral. And there's people that want to come and do a memorial, and Sean loved his barbecue, so they're doing a barbecue for him, whether it's we're going to take gazebos and stuff if it rains. So we still and they've got to serve us now. Nobody can sort of wander around and everything. So it's all changed, isn't it?
I know. It's COVID. I mean, thing is, like in Sheffield, I mean, where we are, Nanny Lyn, we got told that pubs were opening. That you had to sit outside. Everybody, I've not gone past one Sheffield pub where they sat outside. They are all indoors, no masks, and even though pubs say they've spread at tables out and everything else, when people's had a few of them, all they want to do is cuddle you.
I know. Yeah, so it's hard, isn't it? It is. Yeah, it is.
I mean,
and they're also saying that the masks are not good for us asthmatics either. I had one when I went to see Sean. I could hardly breathe in that flumming thing.
No, I mean, ones we've got filters on. They've got like a filter here. Right. It's not too bad, but so I said, there's something. Is it Lad Baby?
Yeah, there's a channel on Facebook called Lad Baby,
and his wife had a panic. His wife had like a panic attack or anxiety attack because she couldn't breathe. With mask on, but she wasn't doctors. And he's bought her.
A fan.
It's a fan, and it goes round your neck.
Round the neck, and then there's 2 little battery-powered fans, so you aim them towards your face,
and you can breathe.
Bloody hell, Darth Vader.
Yes. But no, I mean, they're planning on getting married in October. I think Jordan's wedding's October, and they don't know what's happening because they can't tell them at minute how many people can go in. And I just said to her, look, they say you can only have 5 people in. Go get married, and we can have a do next year.
Yeah, that's what we've done. Well, at the funeral. But anyway, on a better note, congratulations on the grandson.
I know.
Yeah. Are you Nanny and Granddad or Nanny and Pops or what? What are
Nanny and Pops. Nanny and Pops.
Ah, nice, lovely. Yes. I saw the pictures. Gorgeous. Yeah.
He has been nothing but trouble for the last 3 weeks of this pregnancy.
And now for the next 18 years.
But
yeah.
It's just been a nightmare. Just latter end of pregnancy, Nanny Lyn, it's just been horrendous. She's not all the pelvis went on, so she couldn't walk. Ooh. She was getting bad pains in her leg, and they thought it was thrombosis.
Oh no!
Then she ended up in hospital for a week, and a ketone shot through the roof because she weren't having enough food. Because hospital food's not very nice, and they're stuck in the bedroom. They can't come out of the rooms, so she couldn't even walk into a cafe or anything. So a ketone shot up, and it was just been a night. So I'm glad it's over. And now we've got 12 weeks where we've got to be still on hand for a supporter because obviously she's had C-section. So we've still got to go and help her when her partner goes back to work. But I can't wait. Can't wait to give him a cuddle. And where that mopper head's come from, I don't know that
hair. All that hair, Paranormal Kiwi. I'm a COVID prevention nurse in New Zealand. Giving advice to the public, just need people to be sensible is the key. Yeah, you're right. It is. People do need to be sensible, and they don't need to be bloody idiots and selfish. Think of other people, not just yourselves. I mean, there's a hell of a lot we've learned from this. Some good, some bad, but hopefully the good overrides the bad in the end and whatever. We're all supposed to be here for learning and helping each other, and this has really knocked everybody six, but it's brought the best out of a lot of people, hasn't it?
I think it has because, before you didn't, people didn't stop neighbouring, and looking out for the neighbours, whereas with lockdown, you're looking out for your neighbours, you've been looking out for vulnerable. Whether that's a young mum stuck at home with a kid, whether that's a disabled lady at home, whether it's somebody that lives on the road, it doesn't matter. Sort of pulled together this time round, I think, and it's
I'm a firm believer in we're recycled, as I put it. And everything's gone recycled and it's gone back, full circle. It's more or less like everything. It's literally gone from full circle to a lot of things. Just say, like, for instance, the styles of clothes and everything. I mean, some of the clothes that people have wore, and I thought, God, I had that in the 60s. It's all been recycled. So why have we recycled?
Can you remember in the 80s when flares come back out?
Oh, yeah.
Flares started coming out, I think it was late 80s. And we were like, me and our Jenny and that, we were going to town and we were coming in and we got these big flary jeans on. And my mum would look at us and I'd say, my mum used to say, I used to wear them. I was like, you've never worn these things. Things have just come out for us, And then go around and it was like, where do our skirts come from? And it was, but it's
mini skirts, shell suits,
big hair.
Oh God, yeah.
Big blue eyeshadows.
All back home in it. Oh God, it was all sticky and horrible the next day.
One blacker. Hey dear, congratulations to you, Jacqueline, my lovely, for becoming a nanny.
Congratulations, Jackie. Have they?
James has put, it still feels very weird everywhere. I don't go for a meal or anything, still too risky. To be honest, James, I think I feel exactly the same. I mean, we're still limited. I mean, now Jordan's had baby, I'm not sure how it's going to work because we've been diabetic and we wasn't supposed to have any contact with Jordan. because in case we'd got anything to pass on. And now she's at the baby. We had 12 with Fletcher, and now we've got to go and help with new baby. So I don't know whether she's going to want us to wear masks or whether we can hold him without him. I don't know how it's going to work, but we'll sort it out and what's best.
I'll let you know. I'm having my hair cut Thursday, and I got to wear a mask when I go in.
Yes, yeah. Your hairdresser will though, because they have like this round thing and a big plastic sheet across their face.
Yeah. It's only a small salon. It's a man and wife team, and they're friends of mine. She used to help me out on the ghost walk sometimes. Actually, we had a laugh.
Oh wow!
Yeah. So she said, when you come in, she said, sanitize your hands, then wear a mask. I said, okay.
Yeah.
She said it's horrible what we've got to do now. She said, but we've got to do it. Yeah. So
this is they have all companies. I think it's from Friday as well. You've got to wear a mask if you go into shops.
Yeah.
Oh, I send Grumpy in.
Do you know? But that really to me doesn't make any sense. That on Friday they're making it mandatory to wear masks in a shop. Yeah, we've just been through all COVID.
Well,
and nobody's had to wear masks.
Because they said this like 10 days ago. But why did they say like from tomorrow? Why they left it 10 days? And said, I know they've got to give other people chances to get masks and things, but it just seems weird saying from Friday we've got to wear them.
Well, like when they said about the lockdown ends, why that date? Why this date? Why that? You know. But my concern with these masks as well, I've got quite a few friends that are all deaf. Yeah. How the hell are they going to lip read?
Yeah.
When other people got masks on.
Yeah.
And I've messaged them tonight, and I'll have a look if they've answered later. But I don't know how they're going to do it because they can sign, but they can also lip read, but they can't lip read if people got masks on. Well, so I really don't know how they're going to cope. And did the government think of that one? No.
And not a lot of people in shops actually know how to sign language either. So even sign language, they're going to speak. That's shocking that they've not even took that into account.
No, they haven't. My friend dreads going out. She says she tries just to keep her head down and hopefully that they don't have to speak. But you can't go around like that all the time. No, there's got to be an answer somewhere.
Yeah, there has.
No, unless I don't know, because it's not them, is it? It's the people they come across that won't have that will have masks on that they can't see what they're saying.
Don't even matter, does it? If it's like you don't have to wear a mask, because, like you say, it's other people the lip reading, not themselves. So
exactly, yeah. So it's got to be hard for her, but I'll have a look later and see if they replied, because I was worried about them, and and there's quite a few of them, so I don't know how they're going to get around that.
You have to let us know.
Yeah, I will.
Carol's
I will.
£20 new note. There's a Covey sign where Big Ben is. It's a bat. Oh, we'll have a look at that one.
Is there a bat?
Hey? No, it's not very often I've got to do £20 note.
No.
Oh dear.
Oh my God. Oh no, we don't want no bats, thanks.
No, I don't want bats. I pooped myself other night.
No, I don't want
bats they were bomb diving us. That's what
yeah.
Pooped myself from that bat.
Yeah. So how long have you two been investigating?
Oh, well,
on and off for about 12 years.
Because we did it before we actually met each other. But obviously I'd had both girls quite at a young age. And then I had Michael when I was 30. So I've done it like little bits in between. I learned to do the tarot cards in my 20s. But it's like I said to John, do you know, if I'd have done tarots in my 20s, it would have been done for a wrong reason.
Yeah.
It would have been a financial one, not one where I can help somebody. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It would, because of the age and everything else. So I never went into it then because I knew that it was a wrong time for me to do it. So I hadn't done that for years. But yeah, I think it got me interested in paranormal is when I lost my dad when we were younger. That's what actually got me, brought me in, because I had a dream the week before he passed that he was going to pass, and then on the Saturday after he passed away. But again, I felt a little bit like you said earlier, how you felt with your dad, because I'd been naughty that week. And I thought when he did that, it was because I dreamt the dream, and it was because I dreamt that it had happened because I'd been naughty. Like you do, do you know?
Yeah. So it's horrible, isn't it? It really is horrible.
Yeah.
I mean, before that and before my dad and everything, my mum was ill with TB, and she was ill right for in her 20s onwards. And in those days, they had an operation, literally a scar from the shoulder right down to her waist.
Yeah.
Today it's tablets, isn't it? But so she was in hospital. She was in Wales, Sully Hospital in Wales for a year.
Wow.
So Dad had to look after my sister and myself and my brother, who had chest problems. So he had to go to special school. And my sister and I were put into foster homes. So, you know, we had a terrible childhood, as in the family, you know, I mean, the homes then were very, very strict. And when we got home and we sat around the table for tea, I always remember that we were, if Dad asked us anything, we always said, yes, sir. And he said, what is going on? He said, I'm your dad, you know, that, but it was so strict, but it was a horrible time of our lives.
Yeah.
So, and it's like when he was taken from me as well, from us when with hit and run, I had a lot of anger there, because I couldn't grow up with knowing him as a man, as a person, only smaller when he was Dad. And then that happened, you know, there was a lot of emotions, mixed emotions that I had to get through. And it is horrible.
It is. I mean, I didn't deal with all my emotion till I was about 40, 41. And that's only because I had like a breakdown because I got to use wheelchairs and apparatus that I needed to get about. That weren't me. I was such an outgoing person and walked miles and did everything. Do you know what I mean? And lifestyle were different. So when that happened, so they had to send me to see this psychiatrist bloke, and he's the first one that I'd ever worked with, because I've worked with others in the past, but they've just never clicked. And I worked with him, and he was just amazing. My head is now sorted. You know, the forgiveness, the blame, the everything is just like lifted. So it's sort of like brought us back into being able to do things, because we started fishing actually, you know, to try and get me out.
Did you?
Yeah, we did fishing for about 2 years, didn't we? And then once I got the confidence to use Big Red and actually go on camera with Big Red or with wheelchair, it made such a difference. So then we could start doing what we both wanted to do, and that were ghost hunting. And kids were old enough, so they weren't like they were babies. Now it's like our time. They've grown up, got their families, and it's like you say, it's our time to enjoy what we enjoy doing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you've done your bit, haven't you? It's your time now. Yes, what he says now, because Grumpy's not interested in what I do. You used to always say about it, but no, not at all. When he used to drop me off with the ghost walks, and he used to count how many people was there, he wasn't counting the people, he was counting the money. And he said, he used to say, I wouldn't pay to bloody listen to you. You talk a load of rubbish. And I said, well, so do you, but I get paid for mine. You could never argue with that.
Oh, dear.
I mean, I had 82 people. I had 82 people one night.
That's amazing. I'd love to go on a ghost. If ever you are up for doing a ghost walk, and we can get Big Red and Little Blue together, and actually, even if it's just going round a few cobbles, you'll have to take us on. Just take us on like as own little private one.
Oh yeah, it'd be my pleasure. Yeah, it would be my pleasure.
Love
that. Definitely.
And then
I could visualize it now. Red and blue down Westgate Street, down the hill. Yeah, beep beep beep. Yeah, oh my god.
So that beeper, I press that beeper more times than I know what to do with when we're out on investigation. I make myself get the third key, and then I make myself jump when I'm clicking it on. But
coming through.
I don't even tell them. Amount of time before we go live, if we're live with other groups, I have to say, don't stand behind me. And if you see me, move out my way, because I can't turn around properly to look behind, and I'll just good a turn, and I'm taking shoes out. I've dragged equipment across the floor. Oh, I've done all sorts with scooter that I've got caught when I'm moving around. But it's
oh dear.
But yeah, I mean, I find it all fascinating. I find everything to do with paranormal just so fascinating, because I don't think we're ever going to be satisfied with anything we catch. We're always going to want that more. You're always going to want that.
I've always been a firm believer. Always been a firm believer that we are allowed to learn so much, and then you might get. Where am I? You might get that close, and then that's it. We're not allowed. I don't think we're allowed to know everything. I really don't think we do.
And also, even when we're communicating with spirits, and we've asked like about heaven and places like that, they can't answer. It's like the answer, they'll actually say no. You know, when we've asked like and said, can we talk to you about heaven? And he's gone, no. Do you know whether it's actually really being said, or whether it's just what's coming through box at time? But I just find it fascinating. But it's like what did you say about heaven? If we ever
one thing I said is, even if we proved afterlife, I don't think the powers that be would allow it, because if you think how many people are in a place where they're not happy here or whatever. Imagine how many people, if they knew there was something after, and it would definitely be this lovely place where all his loved ones were. How many people would want to go there now? Do you know what I mean?
So that's right.
I think
with all this going on lately, I've said a couple of times, I don't know if I want to be here. You know, how the world's becoming and how cruel things are and have become, and what people are doing to people and animals and everything. I really don't want to be here. And then another day I get over it and I'm fine. But it does beg to think that, you know, it does go through people's minds. I'm just going to say I'm very, very sorry to Donna. That passed away on Sunday. I'm so sorry, Donna. I really do know what you're going through. And I hope that the angels will be with you and help you carry on. But my sincere condolences to you, Donna.
If you need to talk, Donna, just message me. And we can have a good chat. But it is so awful, because I don't think it matters what age you are, whether you're young, in your 20s, or I think losing a parent and everything. It's losing anybody. It's not just parent, is it? It's a difficult time for everyone.
But my sister, my brother was only 31. My sister was 60. Mum was 64. Dad was in his 50s. Sean was 50. He would have been May the 29th. He passed, and he would have been 51 on June 11th. So he just missed out on that one. But So yeah, it doesn't matter, does it?
No.
A life is a life, and you're going to miss them. And I know that we're going to be together again. And like you said, it makes you wonder how many people. I mean, look how many suicides there've been recently. They don't want to be here either.
Yeah.
You know, and it's not a coward's way out.
No, it's not.
Brave
to be honest, I think
I couldn't do it.
No. I lost a friend to suicide. I think not last year before, weren't it? No, I think it was year before. I lost a friend to suicide, and when we were talking to like her mum and everybody, it was obviously we're after, you know, like a few weeks after. I was talking to our Rachel, because our Rachel were really close with her mum and family, and our Rachel said to me, she said, you know, she said, some people are meant to be on this earth, and some people are just too good to be on this earth, you know. And
yeah, that's right. Yeah. I need to Donna, I hope you forgive me for asking, but I keep getting the name Derek. Is that associated with you? I know I shouldn't do this, but it's not leaving me. So if Donna, do you know the name Derek? I don't know whether it was your dad or somebody else, but when I get these names, if I don't mention them, they won't leave me.
It's with you, doesn't it?
So I'm really sorry, being as it's so new to you, but so forgive me. If it's not, then don't worry about it. But so it's horrible. Losing somebody. She said he's only 73. Well, that's no age today, is it?
No, it's not.
Grumpy's 78.
Yeah, I know.
He's 8 years older than me. Yeah,
my nana,
you know,
my nana, she's 94, and I'll tell you something, she's fitter than me, isn't she?
Ah, okay. Okay. Oh. Donna said it was an uncle.
Yeah.
Did your uncle pass, Donna? So that would have been your dad's brother, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So if it was your dad's brother and it was your uncle, that's who came for your dad. That's what I have to say. I'm sorry. I shouldn't do this really, but yeah, I'm always worried though, because I'm always worried. Oh yes, it was his brother. So yes, Donna, he came for him, so please accept that he didn't go over alone. I feel quite emotional now.
Yeah.
But, sorry, I wasn't even expecting to do anything like this. But
that's all right.
It happens all the time. It happens all the time to me lately. I'm talking to somebody and a name comes in my head, and if I don't get rid of it,
I think that's if you, especially if you're in a chat, if you've got that name, it's not going to leave you till you've actually said it, is it? You know.
No, and it's not always. I'm always worried that the person I'm saying it to might not like it with other people in the chat as well.
Yeah.
You know. So.
Donna,
Donna,
do you know what? We all fall out with as parents. And some people have good relationships, some people have bad relationships. But a parent will always love the child no matter what. Even if there has been arguments. Yeah. Even if there's been arguments and you've not spoke to each other, or you see each other every day, whatever it is, all parents love the children. Some just show it in different ways. But honestly, Donna,
he would have loved you, darling. I'm sure of it. He would have loved you. My mum was not a cuddly person. She wasn't a touchy-feely person, but my dad was. So they were totally different, but they both loved me, and I loved them. Yes, Jacqueline, I do crystal readings. Again, we'll put the link up.
Yep.
I do prefer personal readings, one-to-one, especially if I'm out as well. You know, when we do our events. Because we used to do psychic suppers with about 4 different tables and a medium each table swapped round, and I did that, but I wasn't happy with doing that. I wanted to do the one-to-ones afterwards, like you do your tarot.
Yeah,
because it was more personal, and I could react and talk to the person better.
sometimes,
whereas at the table, it felt like entertainment.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes when I'm I mean, sometimes if I'm doing a tarot, I have to message them after, or I'll say it on live. Can you message me afterwards, or I'll message you afterwards because there's more to come. And it's just that, I just don't want to put that information. Like you say, it's more
losing a family member when you lose a pet.
It is, as fur babies are just as much as part of the family. Yeah.
I cried my eyes out every time one of mine goes. It is heartbreaking. Sorry, darling.
There's fur babies, aren't they?
Oh God, yeah. I got Bella down here now, reaching around for something.
Yes.
It's always. Do you know what Bella loves? I found out recently what Bella loves. Have you ever known a dog eat prawns?
No.
She absolutely. I only got to open the bag and she's there. and you know those pinky crab sticks? She loves them as well. I cannot have a bag of prawns or crab sticks to myself now because she's there.
Crab stick.
Oh.
She'll not eat a crab stick. Don't try her with a crab stick. He's going to try dog now with a crab stick. She eats carrots. If you open cheese up, then she's straight in the kitchen for cheese. She can smell cheese before it's even gone in the fridge. But actually,
Bella used to, but it's bloody prawns now. And king prawns as well.
Not cheap ones, then, are they? She only wants the best.
She will eat the cheap ones, but you know,
she prefers the bigger ones.
Yeah. So, where's your dog then? Is he there?
She's just at the side here. Pass her over. That's it. You put other end of crab stick in your mouth.
Oh, I love them. Look, Bella.
She's a pug cross Jack Russell.
So you might. Is she? What's her name?
Fifi. She's got the eyes of the pug. She's got the mouth of the Jack Russell. She wants to get that crab stick now.
I think you'll have to break a bit off. She's a bit worried about having all of it. You need to bite a bit off, John.
But you know, she thinks she's a cat. You know, when you put a food down in a bowl, she goes over to a bowl. She picks about 4 or 5 biscuits out with a bit of meat. She walks them back over and drops them next to your feet, and then eats them one at a time, and then goes back to a bowl. She constantly does that.
Yeah, she likes crab sticks.
Yeah, there you go, look.
Belly dog.
You got.
You're not kissing me now with that breath.
We're back where we started. Fish.
We're back on fish. Thank you, Cara. But yes, she's got the pug eye.
Dear.
She's got the Jack Russell's nose, so she doesn't have the breathing problems as a pug. You know, because pugs are normally they've got flat noses, aren't they? But
that's good. Yeah. They do have breathing problems, don't they?
End on fish then.
I was going to show you Bella, but she's gone back out.
Oh, she's gone back out. I've seen a picture of Bella.
Yeah,
she's lovely.
She's on the move. Yeah, she's a rescue dog from Greece.
Really? Wow. How did you get her from Greece?
I've got a friend of a friend that went to Greece for a holiday.
Yeah.
She saw how many stray dogs and cats there were, so she decided to stay there, and set this sanctuary place up.
Wow.
And it just went on from strength to strength. And she rescues and people, even in Greece now, tourists or locals, if they see a stray dog or an injured, they take it to her.
Wow.
And she was on, as I said, this friend of a friend used to show pictures and that, and I thought, oh my God, these dogs are lovely. And then when I lost my other dog, Dusty, she looked very much like Bella.
Yeah.
But without the brown eyebrows that Bella's got. And I was absolutely gutted when Dusty died. So I just wanted another one. And I've always had dogs.
Yeah.
And Grumpy said, "Oh, do we really want another?" I said, "Yes, I do." So anyway, I saw this dog on there, and I went, "Oh my God, she is just like Dusty, but she's got brown eyebrows." And I just fell in love with her, and I said, "I want her." So I paid 200 and something, nearly 300 and something. But they microchip them, flea worm them, and a passport. They have a passport, and it took 3 days from Greece to come over. So they go to where is it? Italy, France, and then the UK. And we met them at a service station. We thought, "Oh, that's dodgy, isn't it?" And she was there with some other dogs. So we picked her up there, and we've had her ever since. But the funny thing is, they called her BJ, and I said, "I am not standing there at the middle of the field shouting out, 'I want BJ!'"
BJ, come here.
Exactly.
Oh my goodness. Can you just imagine?
I'll tell you, I am so sick sometimes, and I'm 70 years old, and I said, what's so funny about BJ? And my friends had to explain to me. I went, "Oh, shit." So we changed it to Bella.
Dear.
Thank God. God. So, yeah. What was that last remark? The dog...
I think he meant his dog, but he put his dad.
He said if his dad behaved. Yeah, he says if his dad behaved.
He gives him a dentist stick. There
we go.
Rolls over and his tail wags like mad.
I hope he means dog.
I hope he means dog and not dad.
No, I think he means yeah.
Hey, dear James.
I think Bella wants to go to bed between 1:15 and 10:30. Bella comes in and scratches me.
Oh, bless
and that
her.
means she wants to go to bed. But it's 5 to 11, so she's overdue. She's overdue.
Bless her. Well,
I know, and then I go in. Yeah.
Go on, Nanny Lyn.
And then the cat wants to come up as well. Then Pino.
Oh, bless.
So I have them both on my bed. So, yeah. Thank you very much for having me.
No problem at
all. Loved it. I want to meet you too, and I want to give you big hugs when we can.
Definitely.
I am. You have not lived until you've had a Nanny Lyn hug.
I can't wait.
No, me either.
Yeah, he did mean that. He did mean that.
His dad.
Thank you.
Right,
thank you very, very much.
Get off and get to bed. And thank you so much. We are going to share all your links for pages, for your books.
Any problem, let me know.
Definitely will do, yeah. All right, my lovely. Take care.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Thank you. And thank you, everybody that came in. Thank you very much for the chat. Lovely. Take care, darlings.
All right. Night, darling. Right, guys, we are going to say thank you. What a night. I absolutely love. Now, I can't wait for a Nanny Lyn cuddle.
No.
And I'm having more than one. But yeah, what a fantastic night Nanny Lyn's having Nanny Lyn on shows been. It's just on show. On chit chat. It's not a show, it's a chit chat. But yeah, so
we are like
we're live tomorrow.
Well, I'm live tomorrow night.
Yes. We're live on Thursday.
You've got me tomorrow night on my own, and then you've got myself and the lovely Lindsay on Thursday night.
Oh dear.
Don't miss that one because it is in an old Georgian building.
It is.
It's now a museum.
Yeah.
With a lot of historical artifacts.
Yeah.
From history and from screen.
And it's one we've never done before.
Really, David?
David? I think you're wrong chat, mate. And I don't think you could. But yeah, it's so join us on Thursday. Join us tomorrow and Thursday and Friday. And yeah, thank you guys for a brilliant night. You lot in chat are just amazing.
Yes, thank
you for all those new that was joining. Welcome to our ETAs. David, I think you've got issues with yourself, my lovely. You don't have to portray them onto us, Doc. You just have to you just have to look at yourself. But yeah, so catch us on Thursday. We will be live Friday, Saturday this week. Sunday, I'm not sure. Have you just blocked the wrong person? Yeah, he's blocked somebody and he doesn't know he's blocked. So we do apologise. If you're blocked, we'll unblock you. But yeah, so we are going to shoot now. So take care, my lovelies, and we'll see you all soon.
Yeah, take care. Good night. God bless.
You've got to unblock.
I'm going to unblock people.